Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. Yes, indeed. And might as well start off with the daily Shelton, Washington weather, plague rat, and spider report. Ooh. Weather-wise, it's still not raining. That's nice. It was sunny, mostly, yesterday, and then I went walkies, and I took a shower and then I went walkies, so just to show you how much I was feeling my oats that way, because normally a shower is like, that's it. But I needed to go walkies, so thumbs up for that. But it was nice. It was warm, not too warm. Thumbs up. A good thing, definitely. And it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a sunny day. It probably is. I haven't really been outside, so I don't know. But it's got that sort of, hey, there's light outside look to it. So thumbs up on that. And of course, as time goes on and as everything gets worse because of the spreading effects of the covfefe bug here in the United States, where it is raging out of control, fewer people are wearing masks more and more often. When you go to the stores, people just say, screw it. And there's nobody to stop anyone at the front doors. Businesses just don't care. If they do anything, they'll put up a sign. But Safeway just doesn't care. People without masks running all the way through it. Which I'll come back to in just a moment, because I am really irate at my own country right now because of this. But, spider report. Last night after I took a shower, when I finished, on the wall, there was a little spider. It was just about this big, and it was really kind of cool. So I left it there, and hopefully it's either alive or it's not. I mean, it's not my responsibility to try and keep it alive, so hopefully it's survived. If not, then it's not. But this morning, just before I was recording, back behind here, my bookcases, you know, there's spaces between them. You know, they're not perfectly flush. And down at the base, where I have to reach in and plug in stuff because there's an electrical socket between this one right here, which is why it's such a big space, and I have to plug stuff in back there. I was picking something up from down low, and I noticed some movement inside. So I looked down, and yes, indeed, there is a spider web down near the carpet part, and there was an upside down spider running around inside. So it's like, thumbs up, good, I'm glad. Which is so weird. Now I'm glad when I find spiders here in the room, because it's like, well, they're, number one, you know where they are. And number two, I don't feel lonely that way, and it's weird. I mean, it's a parasocial relationship. I like them. I don't know why. I mean, they eat bugs, so that's a thumbs up right there. And bugs go everywhere, so cool. Anyway, though, they have that strange alien beauty to them, and I think they're cool. I've always been fascinated by them, just always been frightened by them for most of my life. Yeah. But then I've always done my own form of desensitization, not desensitivation. Sorry about that. Desensitization, where I used to live in this one house in Bellingham, Washington for like 10 years. I used to get hammered, because this was back when I was an active alcoholic, and I would go down into the basement, and the basement had just rough beams, open areas. It was a spider forest down there. And I would go down there specifically because I don't like spiders. Well, didn't back then, since severely arachnophobic. And so I would go down there because I was arachnophobic, because damn it, I'm not going to let my fears rule me. And I occasionally get stubborn that way. And so I think that really did help doing all that. But it's a thumbs up. Oh, yeah. I'd mentioned before, there was that one spider that had come dangling down and dropped onto my pant leg, and so I scooped it up and I put it in there. I can't remember now if I mentioned this, because a spider that looked exactly like that one, as well as I can, remember to my failing memory, but I noticed some movement down here on my little keyboard thing, and it was a spider that looked just like that one. So again, I got a thing, scooped it up, back into the hamster cage. So who knows? It might have been the same one, might have been a different one. If it was the same one, it was like, how did I get back down here? Thumbs up for that. So, something that would have freaked me out even a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and now it's like, oh, well, let's get you down there. So cool on that. I don't have a whole ton of things down here on my topics and subjects list, and that's okay. One of the things I did want to mention is back to the covfefe bug and how they're pushing to try and open up schools here in the U.S. Luckily, the governors are pushing back and being smart, because the Trump administration is saying, look, if you don't open up with no plan, and in fact with the federal government pulling back on saying you should protect yourself, if you don't open up, we're going to withhold your federal money. Now think about this one. Who does this really affect? Because if you've got private schools, they've got money. They can do whatever they need to open up. Schools in affluent areas that are going to be predominantly white, they're not going to have too much of an issue. Even if they decide not to open up and say, we don't need your federal money, they've generally got enough money anyway. It's the schools where, oh gosh, now you're predominantly in areas with people of color and more, where they have to open up because taking away that federal money will kill it. So they'll have to open up with a raging pandemic, where they're going to pick up this thing and bring it home. And if the states try to provide any protection at all, again, the government says they'll try to yank their money. So who is going to be affected by this? White people or non-white people? It sure smells like eugenics to me. I love this country. Luckily, as stated, there's governors that are saying, look, you are not in charge of when we open up. We will open up when it is safe. And hopefully that's going to be true. Because if we open up in the midst of a raging, out-of-control pandemic, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's 2 days ago in Florida, they had less than 1,000 ICU beds for the entire state left because of all the covfefe bug cases. Now think about this one. That doesn't mean, gosh, those are all the covfefe bug beds. That's all beds. If you're elderly and you are having cardiac issues, bummer. There's no beds. They're all filled everywhere in the state. If you can't be medevaced to some other state a couple hours away and survive, if they have any beds because they're fighting an out-of-control pandemic, then there's nothing for you. You're just going to die of cardiac issues because there's no beds. Or if you're younger and you're having, say, kidney issues because you're diabetic and you're going into some sort of crisis situation, bummer. No beds. There are no beds. They're all taken up by all the covfefe bug patients. This is not good. This is not good at all. I don't know what's going to happen here in the U.S. To anyone out there that's a non-U.S. citizen that may be watching. If you are the rest of the world watching in horror at what's going on here in the United States, trust me, we're having to live through this. So many of us are not the base, that are not the people that the government is working for. Unfortunately, the people in the government aren't working for anyone in the United States, and it seems like the Trump administration is just out and out trying to kill as many Americans as possible. Because if you're elderly, they are pushing so many things right now that are trying to get people together, like the elderly. People are getting, the Republicans and older people are no longer going to be, doing mail-in voting, but mail-in voting is fine. So they're going to be going in person to vote where they're at risk. Well, younger people, well, you know what? You middle-aged people, if you don't go out and work because the stock market's in trouble, then you're going to be taken off unemployment and you're going to just perish that way. So you better get back out there and work. And all you kids, no protections. Get into school. That's young, middle-aged, and old, all on the chopping block right now. If you think it's horrifying from the outside, it is terrifying from the inside. Trust me. I don't want to die. I don't want anyone I know to die. I don't want all of these people where there's a daily death total that you can find online of everyone that's dying, and I don't like that. And this video may be demonetized because of all of the heavy subjects. So yeah, you're watching this dumpster fire from the outside. So many of us are trapped on the inside because we can't escape. I can't even move from here if I need to. If you want to move somewhere in the United States, the place that you move into wants first rent, last rent, and a security deposit. I barely am able to pay my rent each month. How am I supposed to save up 3 months' rent? I don't have a working vehicle. I can't even move my stuff. How am I supposed to escape the dumpster fire? Anyway, though, enough about that. Enough about that. I have still been working on, that was just slurring horribly. I have still been working, of course, on all my cosmic horror stuff as best I can. I've been working really hard on the one story that I had mentioned before, how Gotsy Ray, one of the cosmic horrors, ends up in his little Gotsy Ray adventures where he's having fun in effectively 1970s Haight-Ashbury, San Francisco, the hippie times. And I've been working on that because it's a horrifying story, and he almost perishes twice because of that within the confines of it. So don't be brash and overconfident. One of Gotsy Ray's defining traits. So I'm working on that and all other things, working on the various concepts of... I still like the idea of... Well, with the multiverse, everything is infinite because normal matter within the confines of my stories, in the context of my stories, it's only normal matter that splits off as, quantumly, where there's extra universes. And so characters like the cosmic horrors are singular. There is an infinite amount of us, as each femtosecond and an infinite amount of universes are calved off and split from each of the microparticles in our bodies. But of the cosmic horrors, there are only the 12 of Amaterasu's children and Amaterasu. So there's just the 13 of them. They are singular. But that's not really rare. Once you become a being of enough power and your body is not normal anymore. You become singular. All of your former selves up to that point are still off living their own lives in their own little universes. But you have now stopped calving and splitting and spawning. You are now singular. And then there's the Ungabe, which is that thin film that separates every universe within the multiverse. That is a gigantic structure, and it is no part of it is normal matter. It never splits. Everything within it is singular, and it is the singular largest structure within the multiverse. So it's not rare to be singular. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time. You expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended. Cannabis cough. I am an American English speaker. We're just not good at that sort of thing. And even though I count an American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, ADHD, grief, mourning, and more, I'm lucky I can sometimes remember what day of the week it is. Getting better all the time, but approaching a functional limit. We have Leon Master, thumbs up and thank you. Witchblades and Star Shopping, thumbs up. Excuse me. We have Ali Shabiri, good to see you in the comments. And Unknown Vibe, thumbs up and thank you. Jacob Wells, greatly appreciated. Todd Pruitt, thumbs up. We have Emu Angel Sinner, greatly appreciated. Ice Damon, thumbs up and thank you. Aaron S, good to see you in the comments. And Kathy Kisscat, definitely a thumbs up, good to see you. We have Doshi, thumbs up. And Rin ONTIIZAANIIUUS. Thank you very much. Vanessa is stupid. Oh, I don't think so, but thank you very much. And Carl Johnson, greatly appreciate. Comic Gray, I'm going to work on it. And then Leonard Matos, thumbs up and thank you. Alfie Doctor of Vlogs, I sure hope I was close. Thank you very much. Elder Wolf 569, greatly appreciated. Made in Canada, thumbs up and thank you. Boy, it was a rough time, wasn't it? Little Rosie ASMR, thumbs up and thank you. We have Benny D, greatly appreciated. Scott 49140, thumbs up and thank you. We have Flora Mew, good to see you in the comments and thank you. And Jesus, greatly appreciated. Last but not least, Christopher Thomas, thumbs up and thank you also very, very much. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real... I'm salivating like crazy around my dentures. You get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and it is greatly, greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. If you could check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign or become a Patreon.com patron like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. I'm really hurting financially. If you could help, that would be very, very awesome. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. Also, I have a PayPal link if you wanted to contribute that way. And I also have an Amazon wishlist link as well down below with things like hamster food, hamster bedding, cat food, silly things, not silly things. That would be cool if you could check it out. And if you could toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could subscribe to the channel and bloody cannabis cough, hit that bell. That would be very cool, greatly appreciated. I would understand if you did not wish to, but if you're down with it, I will do my best to keep you entertained from now until the literal end of time. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, shuckle my duckle. I have this video that you've hopefully been watching. I don't know why. This is just driving me nuts. It just keeps it's like a little bit of electricity being applied, and I can't tell if it's something on there, like a hair, or if it's just a nerve, but it's driving me nuts. It feels crazy. Anyway, though, I've got this video that you've hopefully been watching while I'm fixating on this little spot in my flesh here. And I have another video on, oh my god, now it really itches everywhere. What is going on? I have another video coming up for later this afternoon. I need to edit and render. So, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And yes, damn it, Black Lives Matter. And justice for every single one of these people that the cops continue to murder on a daily basis. They are out of control, rioting monsters. Be safe. We need to keep the pressure on because this is intolerable. Take care, and I will see you.